whatever else. That's a science experiment. That is a science experiment that I don't even want to look. Could you imagine if you're a scientist and you want to look at that under a microscope? Hi everyone, I'm Jodi and welcome to my channel. I'm really glad that you're here. More importantly, welcome to 2023. It has been a fantastic holiday season. I hope you spent time with family and friends. But the reality is I missed you guys. I didn't film for almost 10 days, and that is not like me. I crank out 2 videos a week, which means I usually shoot 3 because there's usually a scrapper in there somewhere that is just not worthy of being published. But I had a little bit of dental work done over the holiday, and I knew I was going to be swollen. And you know, that big chipmunk look, I just couldn't quite figure out how to wrap that into a beauty video. So it was perfect timing. And let me tell you, contouring can come in handy. Just, you know, a little bit of swelling and you can sometimes camouflage that pretty well. I hope you had a wonderful holiday time as well and are ready to start this new year. I'm so excited about what I have in store for you guys this year. Now that my channel's 1.5 years old, I've really figured out what works, what doesn't work, and more importantly, I'm ready to just go to the next level. I have some collaborations coming up. One will be towards the end of March, early April with a YouTuber who does mature makeup that many of you follow. Really excited about partnering up with her. Can't tell you yet, it's a little bit of a surprise, but that's gonna be fun. I'm also doing some more TV appearances. In fact, I just did one today, and I'm gonna do some live streams this year, so leave me a comment of just some good times. I obviously cannot meet everyone's time of the day or day of the week, but I'll take a poll and see what seems to be the most popular time or some time frames that will work for the majority of you. And if you can't make the first one, then hopefully you can make one along the way. I'm also going to be doing some premieres this year, which means we'll be watching the videos at the same time live. I'm really excited about that. So I'll be watching it the same time you guys do, and I'll be able to respond to some of your feedback and your comments right there while the video is live. I'm really looking forward to that and continuing to build a community. Thank you for showing up to start 2023 with me, and we have a lot in store. And as a new year ask, if you've watched more than 3 of my videos and you are still here and have not yet subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. As I mentioned in one of my last videos, I'm not big on shorts. I will do them because I have to for the YouTube algorithm to pick up my videos and put them in front of new people, but that's not my preferred method of communicating with you guys and building a community. So in lieu of YouTube helping me grow, I would just ask that if you've liked in my videos and you have not subscribed, if you could subscribe, and then the channel will grow without having to do a bunch of shorts. So thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button if you have not done so already. And if you're not ready to and I haven't earned the right for you to subscribe, no problem. Come back every Monday and Thursday when there's a new video, and hopefully I'll eventually win you over. But as we are faced with all the exciting new things that are coming at us this year, there's a few old things that we need to address, and this is the perfect time of the year to do that, and that is our cosmetics. Now, if you are like me, you've purchased some things along the way last year, but did you make room for them by clearing out the stuff that you bought in, say, 2021 or maybe even 2020? And yes, some of that 2020 makeup might still be new and might still be in the box because you bought it and then didn't have any reason to wear it because of COVID. But should you keep it? That is the question we are going to face today. So while your holiday shopping might be behind you, you might need to purchase some new cosmetics as we go through this list of which cosmetics you should keep and which cosmetics you should let go. And what are the expiration dates for some of our most well-beloved products? And there's some hard decisions that we're going to have to make, me included. I just went through this and it was tragic would be dramatic, but it was not easy. There was a few. I still have that Natasha Denona palette that I've had since, I don't know, 1985 that I just cannot get rid of, and I will wear it someday. So if you guys are ready to get our need to know guide when it comes to expired makeup, what are the time frames? What do you need to know for each of the products? Creams versus powders. We're gonna get into it. And don't worry about writing all these timelines down, you guys. At the end of the video, I have a few special tips for you as well as a guideline so that you can just screenshot it and you have it on your phone to keep. So if you are ready, let's get started. All right, so to start off with, why is it important that we take a look at expiration dates or PAOs on the back of our beauty products? What is a PAO and what does it mean? And then why do we need to get rid of some of these products? Well, many products have an expiration date, but the ones that don't have what's called a PAO. It looks just like this. In 2003, the European Union Commission came up with this guideline and made it mandatory on their products. It's since become a cosmetic and beauty industry standard. So many of your beauty products should have this logo on it, and the number inside represents the period after opening, and it's in months. So for example, if you see this container with an open lid with a 6, that means that once you open this product, it's good for about 6 months. Now, the next thing to take a look at if you don't have a PAO on your product is, does it have a smell to it at all that is different than the smell when you first bought it? Lip gloss is really an easy one on this because typically your lip gloss will have sort of that sweet, sometimes a berry smell, sometimes a candy type smell. That smell will tend to sour, if you will, as time goes on. So if you see that your lip gloss still has some nice color to it, but the smell or the scent is just slightly different, then it's time to get rid of it. And that holds true for any of your products. If there's a change in the color, in the texture, or in the smell, it's time to throw it away, whether the expiration date has come or not. Now, why is this so important to get rid of some of our makeup when the time has come? Well, one is many of our foundations and some of our concealers now carry a skincare element inside the foundation. If, for example, you have the House Labs by Lady Gaga, the L'Oreal's True Match Nude, the new YSL, many of our foundation formulas include skincare. That skincare will lose its effectiveness as time goes on. So you're getting no benefit from that skincare if you're using a foundation that's expired. The reason you want to be careful with any of your makeup products in terms of expiration date, the number one reason is because of bacteria. Bacteria can grow in moist, damp areas and with warmth. Those two elements create the perfect environment for bacteria to grow. What does bacteria do? In our aging skin, where our pores are more enlarged, that creates more area, if you will, for bacteria to get in and to grow. From that comes things like acne, redness, irritation, and if it's near your eye from mascara, eyeliner, or eyeshadows, for example, it can even cause pink eye. So it's just not worth running the risk of using a product that you love just to save the dollars of not getting a new one. So if you know you're going to use a product a lot, then go ahead and splurge. If you're not so sure, maybe think about what makes the most sense for you. So first, let's talk about foundations. Foundations come in a variety of formulas from cream to liquid to powder. And then within the liquid, is it an oil-based or a water-based? All of those have different expiration dates, and let me walk you through those. If you're wearing a cream or a liquid foundation and it is an oil-based foundation, those can last up to 18 months. If it's a water-based foundation, you want to let that go after 12 months. The reason is oil is a natural preservative where water is not, and water again is one of those elements that bacteria really seem to thrive in. If you prefer a powder foundation, then powder foundation can last up to 18 months before you have to throw it away. The key to protecting your foundation is to make sure that it's closed all the way, including your powder, and you want to keep it in a dry, cool area. Again, eliminating any water or steam, which often comes from being inside your bathroom, or the heat, because again, water and heat creates that perfect environment for bacteria to grow. So some of those nice foundations, I know it's tough because foundation can be expensive, but if you go through it in the time frames I just gave you, you should be in good shape. Next up, let's talk about our powders, our powder blushes, our powder highlighters, our powder bronzers, and our powder contours. Anything powder is usually good for up to about 18 months. The key to long-lasting powder is to ensure that you're using a nice clean brush, because even though your brush is going to the powder, it's going on your face where you probably already have another product, probably a liquid product being a foundation or maybe a highlighter or a concealer. If that's the case, your bristle is picking up the oils from your skin as well as the oils from those products. Then when you dip it back in here, you are essentially taking that bacteria and putting it into this product. You'll know your powders have gone bad if you start to see a dull gray tone to the top of your more white powders. In powders that have color to them, like blushes and eyeshadows, if you start to see a harder rim, that's a mineral buildup that's coming from the oils from your brush going back into your product, and it's probably time to throw that out as well. Now that stands true for anything powder that has color in it, your highlighters, your bronzers, your contours, your eyeshadows. You get the picture. Anything powder with color to it. Now, when it comes to your favorite lipsticks and lip glosses, there's a little better news here. Those can last up to 12 months. The telltale sign that those need to be tossed is if there's a discoloration or if the scent seems to have shifted from the time you purchased it. And the reason for the longevity on lip gloss and lipstick is because they don't carry much bacteria inside of them. And many of them carry preservatives such as parabens and essential oils. That helps keep your bacteria at bay. But again, if you see any discoloration or you start to see more of a chunkiness to especially your lip gloss, then it's time to throw it away. A few ways to ensure that your lipstick and lip gloss last longer is to keep it definitely in cool areas. And in the summer, if you live in a hot environment, try to keep it in the refrigerator if you can. Although if you were like me, you would need an entire shelf probably in your refrigerator. So you might need to buy a specific cosmetic refrigerator. But anyway, heat can tend to break down some of the ingredients so that the effectiveness of your product might not last as long if it's exposed to long periods of heat. Also, avoid applying your lipstick or your lip gloss immediately after eating, because then you can grab that bacteria that's left on your mouth and put it into your lipstick or lip gloss. So if you're one of those women that likes to apply your lipstick and your lip gloss right from the table, you might want to just give that a second. Drink a little water, brush your teeth, drink some wine, something. Get rid of that bacteria and then feel free to apply all the lipstick or lip gloss that you want. Now, one of the beauty products that you absolutely do not want to compromise or extend the usage period beyond its recommended dates is mascara. For everyday use, you want to keep your mascara for, I know, 3 months. And when some of this mascara is like $55, 3 months is a little tough to swallow. But if you use it occasionally, then you can stretch that out to 6 months. Why such a short period on mascara? There's a few reasons. One, our eyelashes naturally carry bacteria. So when you take your wand and you touch your eyelash with it, you've got the bacteria is now transferred to your wand, then you put it inside your mascara, and there it has an opportunity to grow. And when you've done this over the course of several days, several weeks, you can imagine the amount of bacteria that has built up inside your mascara tube. And on top of it, you pump air into it every time you go to put your mascara on. You've just created a popularity explosion for bacteria. So that many bacteria that close to your eye is a sheer recipe for irritation, redness, and can cause pink eye. Here's a quick tip to think about when using your next mascara. One is when you pull it out, you definitely don't want to pump it. We've all heard that before. But you want to kind of spin it around and spin it as you're getting it out. That helps ensure that not only you're pumping air in and out of your bottle, but you're getting the right amount of product on your wand. Another quick tip is when you go to pull the wand out of the tube, you want to hear that sound. If you don't hear that sound, then that means over time you've put so much air into your mascara tube that it doesn't create that suction when you pull the wand out. So again, mascara is a really tough one that you just do not want to compromise on those expiration dates, which is one of the reasons I love products like this Big Mood from e.l.f. because it's not expensive, and if I had to toss that out at the end of 3 months, it doesn't break the bank. When it comes to eyeliner, they have the same bacteria-prone formulations that many of the mascaras do. It's a 6 months maximum on that eyeliner. If you use pencil, however, there's a much longer shelf life with your pencil eyeliner. The reason is because you're sharpening your eyeliner pencil and thus taking out any bacteria each time you sharpen it. If you use an already sharp, then you just want to be looking for a white type film around the end of your eyeliner, and if you start to see that, it is time to throw it away. But again, a good rule of thumb for your liquid eyeliner, no more than 6 months. Your pencil eyeliners, they can last up to 12 months. Same is true with your lip liner pencils. And your cream eyeshadows are also in that cream category, so you want to keep those no longer than 6 months. Push it to 9, maybe 12 if they've been tightly sealed, out of heat, out of moisture, and the scent has not changed. And be sure that you're cleaning your pencil sharpeners that sharpen your eyeliners and your lip liners on a very regular basis, cleaning those sharpeners with an alcohol swab, ensuring that you're removing bacteria from your pencil sharpeners and not putting it right back onto your lip liner and or cross-contaminating your lip liner bacteria with your eyeliner bacteria, because that just gets gross. But you don't really think about it that often. I know I didn't. I did not think about that before. Next, let's talk about our makeup tools, being brushes and those lovely sponges. All right, when it comes to makeup brushes, according to Jim Harrison, who is a cosmetic chemist, he suggests that you wash your brushes every time you use them with just a little bit of warm water, and then set them back up in a glass jar, just like this, so that they can air dry out, removing bacteria. You then want to wash these with a gentle baby shampoo every 2 to 3 weeks. I prefer the Cinema Secrets, but a baby shampoo is just as good and just as effective at cleaning your brushes. Now, when it comes to your eye brushes, those are really, really important. So if you don't have time to wash everything, be sure that you're washing your eye brushes on a very regular basis. Admittedly, I only do it probably twice in a 2-month period. So I guess that's once a month. Ooh, it's gonna be a minute before my brain gets going again in the new year. Math is a struggle. But after doing all the research for this video, I'm gonna start doing my eye brushes around the 1st and the 15th of every month, because I just don't want any issues there, and I have probably pressed my luck long enough. Next, let's talk about sponges. If you're using this disposable type of sponge, then you want to only use it once and it's disposable. So once on this side, once on the back side, and then it is disposed. Now I do use these a lot, especially when I'm trying to cut that nice crease right through here with some concealer. I will put concealer right across the bottom and then use that nice straight line to dot it out. And then I'll throw these away. You can usually get a pretty big bag of these for not very expensive. There are expensive beauty sponges. We all know the name brands. There are several of them, and more are coming on the market. And this is a confusing topic when it comes to the cleaning of your more expensive blenders. And all the research that I did shows everyone has a varying degree of opinion. So when I boiled that down, what I came up with based on all the research that I read was these should be washed on a pretty regular basis, and wash them with a gentle, either a baby shampoo or whatever you wash your face with, just a tiny drop, rinse it out, squeeze it, and then let it air dry. And you will still have some makeup left on it. That is not an indication that this is still dirty. What's an indication that this is still dirty is if you put it in some water and you go to squeeze it and there's a discoloration to the water that you're squeezing out. That is an indication that there is still plenty of makeup inside your sponge where bacteria could thrive, and then you're gonna put it on your face. So just a little bit of gentle cleanser, rinse it out real good. And I do this once a week religiously, but I don't use my beauty sponge every single day. If you use it every day, a good rinse, let it air dry before your next application is your best bet. When you do go to dry it, they recommend that you dry it in an area where air can circulate all the way around it, but it's not in a warm environment. It's not left in your bathroom where heat is still there and moisture in the air, because that then will create more growth from the bacteria. I like to just take an old lid from some hairspray or something and then set this sideways, because you can see that air can still get through on each side of that sponge. It doesn't completely cover the hole, not allowing air circulation. So that's why I like to do it like that. I just leave it in the dark cabinet and it's ready for the next use. And in doing this research, you guys, the one thing that I found was eye-opening to me, because I used to love this product and many of us did for a long time. But what I have learned, and I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but I'm glad I thought about it now, this sponge is one of the worst things that you can put on your face. Why? Because typically we're taking that and we're dabbing it onto our face where there's already natural oil, or perhaps we've already have some other product there where that bacteria is then sitting in there. We're closing that lid, allowing it to grow. We're sticking this somewhere, probably by a makeup mirror where there's heat. And then we're just gonna grab it and put it on again. It's really difficult to take this off and to clean it. And if you do, once you put it back on, it doesn't work nearly as well. So I used to love this product. I cannot recommend it. And I only kept it to do this video with you guys. As soon as this video is over, this is going in the trash. And I did, for the most part, like it. You can see it's almost gone, but that grossed me out, quite frankly, when I read about that and thought, why didn't I? Sometimes convenience is not always better. It might be faster in the moment, but then it's gonna take whatever time you saved, you're gonna spend that times 20 getting rid of all the redness and irritation and whatever else. That's a science experiment. That is a science experiment that I don't even wanna look. Could you imagine if you're a scientist and you wanna look at that under a microscope? If any of you have done that, if you are a chemist or a scientist, do I wanna know? Yeah, leave me a comment. I'm curious to see what kind of disgustingness is in this jar. But it will then be in the garbage and I won't have it anymore. All right, so now some quick tips to summarize all this. Having clean makeup tools is the most important part of any of this expiration timeframe guideline life cycle of your cosmetics or your beauty products. That is the most important. Because with your facial products, those brushes are the bridge between the bacteria and the product themselves, and you're carrying that back and forth on a daily or however often you use your makeup. It's also a good idea to get in the habit of just using a little bit of masking tape with the date that you purchased the product, put it on your product so that you can keep up on when you bought it and, more importantly, when perhaps it's time to toss it out. And last but not least, don't forget to wash your makeup bag on a regular basis. If you carry any cosmetics in your purse, out of your purse, or if you just keep all your cosmetics in a bag that you use every single day, yeah, we all know. Many of us may have got new makeup bags for Christmas, and if you did, perfect time to switch nice fresh cosmetics in a nice fresh new cosmetics bag. If you didn't, however, take a good honest look at that cosmetics bag. Maybe it's time to throw it in the washer, or maybe it's just time to get a new one, because those bags carry a lot of bacteria and a lot happens in that bag when we're not looking. So keep the bacteria at bay. Keep your skin in tip-top shape, because we know that good skincare makes all the difference when it comes to a beautiful makeup application. And as a reminder, if you're not sure how your skincare program should look for your more mature skin, check out my 90-day skincare journey. It's a workbook. There's one for women in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. I'll leave the link down below. It helps you keep your skincare routine in one place, allowing you to figure out which products worked, which ones didn't, what your dermatologist recommend, what imperfections are you seeing, what concerns do you want to address with your skin, and puts it all in one simple, easy to use place that you can either download or use it right from your computer. Well, that does it for me, you guys. I hope your 2023 is off to a fantastic, healthy, happy start, and I'm really excited about you joining me every Monday and Thursday at 4 o'clock Pacific time for a new video, and watch the community tab, which you'll want to subscribe to see the community tab. Watch that community tab for updates on any premieres and live streams that are coming up. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.